Okay, so in this video, we're going to look at distances. We're going to get away a little bit from similarity and triangles and proofs and things like that. So here's our question. All right, Sophia lays a coordinate grid over a star chart. She notices that one star, A, is located at -4, -2, so there's star A. She notices that star B is at 8, 4, so 8, 4 right there. And each one of these grids is 1 light year. So go ahead and make sure that you plot your values. And we are going to connect these together, so please use a ruler. I'm going to use the best of my ability to connect these points together. So we're going to go ahead and connect. And it looks like a pretty good line. Okay, so let's look at our first question, part A. It says an asteroid is located at the midpoint, right? Where is it located? So again, we want to know what the middle point is. Luckily for us is we do have a midpoint formula. So our midpoint formula tells us that we are going to add the first two values of the x coordinate, and we'll divide it by 2, and then we'll add our two y value coordinates together and divide it by 2. So for part A, we're going to say -4 and 8, so -4 plus 8, divide that by 2, and then I'll say for the y, -2 plus 4, divided by 2. So -4 plus 8 is 4, 4 divided by 2 is 2. And -2 plus 4 is 2, 2 divided by 2 is 1. So this is our midpoint for question A. And if I look at my grid, if I go over 1, 2, and then up, it's not bad. I almost hit my chart. So I'm going to say that this is the midpoint. Okay, so where is this located? We figured out. How far is it from each star? Okay, so we can kind of use this judgment. What I could do is I could create two triangles. I could think about this. It's a right triangle. And figure out kind of what's the distance here. Or what I could do is I can create a bigger triangle. So let's do blue. So let's do up this way. Oh, I went too far. I don't know why I went all the way to 5. Okay. Okay, now technically these are going to be similar triangles, because if I created this one down here, it would have had this angle in common and it would have been a right angle. Okay, so we can find the distance in two ways. The first way we can do is figure out what this hypotenuse is, or we can figure out what the long hypotenuse is and divide it by 2. Either one is fine. Let's do the red though. So I'm going to count over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3. So I know the distance will become 6 squared plus 3 squared. So 6 squared is 36 plus 9, which gives me 45. And so this value, we'll say that this is x. So x will equal the radical of 45. Okay, which if we used a calculator is about 6.7 light years away. If we had done it in blue, right, if I went up, so I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to go over, let's see, 8 plus 4, so 12. So this will be 12 squared plus 6 squared, and we'll just say is equal to call it a different value, y squared. So 12 squared gives you 144 plus 36. So this will be y is equal to the square root of 180. And so this is again about 13.4. So if we divide that number, so we divide that by 2, you are going to get 6.7. So again, this is the total distance, and this is just half of the distance. The total distance is actually going to help us when to answer part B. Okay. So let's take a look at part B. So Sophia is modeling the path of a comet as it flies through the galaxy. She assumes the comet is flying on a linear path. We want to know what the coordinates are. So the comet is on this lovely path. So we want to know what is 1/3 of the way from star A to star B. So that means I don't want to go halfway. I want to go 1/3 of the way. Okay, so let's think about this logically. The whole distance for x would be 12. Halfway is 6. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say x total distance. And we're going to say 12 units. And I'm going to say y total distance. And the y total distance, because I haven't talked about that yet, is 6 units. So notice that when we found the midpoint, right, half of 12 was 6, right? So I multiplied 12 by the 1/2. Half of 6 is 3. So I'm going, for part 1, I'm going to figure out what is 1/3 of 12. So I'm going to figure out 1/3 of 12. So basically of 12. So if I take 1/3 of 12, that's going to equal 4 units. And if I do the same thing here, 1/3 of 6, that's going to be 2 units. Okay? And so I'm starting at point star A, and I'm going to go 4 units. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to go up 2 units, 1, 2, this will be 1/3 of the distance. So the point 0, 0. Okay? And again, I could create a new triangle, so this will be 4 units and 2 units. If I had used the Pythagorean theorem, we would have realized that if I divide my value of 13.4 by 3 and make it into thirds instead, I'm going to get that same distance. So let's try that. Let's say 4 squared plus 2 squared. So 16 plus 4 is the radical of 20. And the radical of 20 is about, using a calculator, 4.47. So if I take the total distance, so total distance, 13.4, and I want to divide it by 3 units, and using a calculator, it will also give me 4.7. So I know that I'm on the right track. Okay. Part 2 is going to be a little bit harder to do that. So let's just, so now that I've kind of figured out that this system works, so now let's jump into 3. So I want to know what is 3/4 of the way from star A. So 3/4 of 12. Well, I can, so 4 goes into 12 3 times. 3 times 3 is going to be 9 units. And then 3/4 of 6. So this one doesn't go evenly. So 4 goes evenly into 6 just 2 times. And so this will be 3 times 3. So this will be 9 over 2, or we can say 4.5 units. Either one is perfectly fine. So I'm going to start at star A, and I'm going to go over 9 units. So I already know that that's 6. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm going to go up, so 9, so right here, and then I'm going to go up 4.5 units, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a half would be probably somewhere right here. So that point should be 5, 2.5. And notice, if we think about it this way, notice that if this is 3/4 of the way, that means that this is 1/4 of the way, because the whole distance would have to be 4 out of 4. Right? So if I found this distance right here using Pythagorean theorem, and then I divided my entire distance by 4, this length right here would be the same distance as whatever 13.4 is divided by 4. Okay, so let's try part 3. Now notice it says 2/3 of the way from star B. Okay, so that one's a little bit trickier. Okay, so 2/3 of 12. So again, 3 goes into 12 4 times. 4 times 2 gives me 8 units. And then I'm going to do 2/3 of 6. So 3 goes into 6. 2 times 2 is 4. All right, so 8 and 4. But this time, be careful. It's telling us to start at star B. So I'm going to go down 8, I'm going to go over 8 units. So over 8 units would leave me right here. And then I'm going to go down 4 units, which leaves me right here. These are actually the same values. 1/3 of the way from star A is 2/3 of the way from star B. Okay, so essentially, what are you doing? So D over C, so we can kind of think about logically what we're doing is this part, right? I keep multiplying 2/3 by 12, and then it's 8 units, and I'm usually adding the 8 units to star A, or I'm subtracting it from star B. So if I'm doing it from star A, in order to find my x-coordinate, I'm starting with my x-coordinate, -4, okay? And then I'm always adding this value. So how do I get this value? I take the 2/3, or I take the 3/4, or I take the 1/3. I have a new fraction. It's just D over C, and I'm multiplying that by 12, right? So that's to find my x-coordinate. In order to find my y-coordinate, I start with my y point, right? So my y point is, I believe, -2. Yes, -2. And again, I'm multiplying it by that fraction, but this time I'm taking my length of 6 and then multiplying that, right? So again, it's just a quick little formula. This value, or this is really y, I should say, this is your change in x, and this is your whole change in y, right? So again, it kind of helps you with some distances. We could have used similarity problems. I felt this was a little bit easier without similarities. So there we go. Now we can find distances from all the way from one point to another point, as long as we know the total distance of your y and total distance of your x, and then we can just multiply it by those numbers. And let's just double check that our midpoint formula, not that we have to use our midpoint formula, but we can totally, use this. So if I wanted to try, so we just want to verify that I'm going to get the midpoint, right? So I take -4 plus 1/2 of 12, and then -2 plus 1/2 of 6, okay? So this would give me -4 plus 6 and -2 plus 3, which ultimately gives me 2, 1. So again, we get the same value as we get with our midpoint formula. So again, this formula is probably a little bit better because now you can use it for all the distances, not just for a midpoint.